And the summer months don't just bring the hotter weather, they also bring pesky critters and parasites that can pose serious dangers to your animal's health. This morning we have Dina from the groom room, and she's going to tell us what we can do to prevent fleas and ticks and keep your pets cool. Thanks so much, Dina, for being here with us this morning.
Well, thanks for inviting us. Toto has had a great time.
Toto's a wonderful dog, and he is a repeat customer. You've been open for business for 30 years, so you're the perfect person to tell us what we can do to really safeguard our pets, because fleas and ticks carry nasty diseases, don't they?
Yes, they can, and not just to the pets, but to their owners as well. So it's always something that you want to be mindful of. There's a lot of products out there nowadays, some of which are by systemics, that you put drops on their backs, or you can give them an oral medication that would help control parasites from the inside. But the trick to those is consistency, of course. You're better off maybe with topical treatments. There's a lot of great shampoos out there, and of course dip. That's a strong insecticide, though. You would want to be very careful using those. Not all dogs can tolerate it, and cats, it's fatal. You want to be very careful, because cats suffer from parasite problems too.
Absolutely.
And we do see a lot of kitties come to us and for flea baths. But this time of the year, of course, this is a much larger problem.
And especially during the summer months, right, when there's a lot of heat out. And, you know, you have Toto here, who's a wonderful dog. You've also got him shaved up.
Yes.
And that can help them as well with the heat, and maybe even with picking off some of those
It makes them more visible.
Picking up on them.
Yes, it does. Well, of course, now he's kept short like this at his owner's request. We don't have to do them this way. But he looks better, kept short, and yes, it makes it much easier to see the parasites and therefore control them, and I'm sure it makes them a little bit more comfortable. Some breeds of dogs, it's not as recommendable. The double-coated breeds, Huskies, Chows, German Shepherds, we get a lot of requests for that kind of thing every year, and I usually try to discourage it. You're a little bit better off just keeping the dead coat brushed out, making them comfortable, and of course keeping them sheltered during the heat. You don't want to leave them out in the yard with no shade or water. That's not healthy for man or beast.
No, absolutely not. So during the summer months, it's especially important to keep them cool. Animals have a lot of fur.
Yes.
What kind of tips do you have for our viewers to keep them cool?
Well, of course, mostly just common sense stuff. You wanted to restrict their activities perhaps to the cooler parts of the day, you know, early in the morning, late in the evening. I guess just making sure that they always have at least shade and water available if they are outdoor dogs. Dogs, they don't regulate their temperature the way we do. They don't sweat.
Yeah.
So if you see a dog that is panting very heavily, yes, that means he's in distress. So just want to make sure that they're kept indoors as much as possible if you have the means, and if not outside, well, a lot of times dogs will find a nice little cool place in the yard and they'll dig a hole, and that's how they stay out of the heat.
Well, Dina and Toto, thank you so much for being here this morning. Toto, you've been nothing but a little pleasure. Look at this little guy.
Well, he's very
so
relaxed. He's been enjoying himself immensely. He likes being the center of attention.
Where's the groom room located?
We are in McAllen, and I am on the corner of Freddie Gonzalez and 10th Street, and I have been in that location for 16 years.
Well, thank you so much for being here this morning. Mary, back to you.